Today in the wood yard, I've got a wood delivery. We're gonna load it up right now. It has been raining for the last 24 hours and I got my high-tech rain gauge here again today. I don't know if you can see it, but it's up to right here. So we got, I don't know, 3.5 inches, something like that. Here's the water. There it is. There, the rain gauge is now empty. I put it back out. That's my rain gauge. I just set it out somewhere. I got a rock in it so it doesn't blow away, but every time it rains, I just like get an idea of how much rain we've gotten. So I just got a text from a long-time customer and he wants another face cord of wood. So we're gonna load it up. And before I do that, it's gonna walk back and show you how high the water is in the creek. I can hear it, so I know it's pretty high. I haven't been back here yet. So I always call this my rain gauge that I inherited when I bought the place. I bought my property because there's a creek in the back, creek for some of you. And when it rains really hard, the water comes up pretty fast because we get drainage from the airport, which is back behind that direction, back behind me. And when we get the rain, it floods fast because there's so much hard surface up above there and it comes down from the airport and we get a lot of water real fast. So I'm gonna take you back right now. Well, it's not so bad. The water's come down a lot already. About an hour ago I was out here, maybe 2 hours ago, and this tree right here, the water was like about up to here. So the water has already dropped almost a foot already since what it was before. So it drains down pretty fast because it stopped raining, I don't know, maybe an hour ago when I came, hour and a half ago I came out. So the water dropped a whole bunch already. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna load some wood right now. So now because of all the rain we've been having over the last, I don't know, it's probably like 3 weeks or so, maybe almost a month now. We've gotten rain every week. We've gotten 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. It just keeps coming. We get a couple days of good weather and then it just pours again. And we're supposed to get another inch or two tonight yet. So there's a break and then we're supposed to get a whole bunch of rain. But the mosquitoes here are unbelievable. It's like biblical, hordes of locusts, but hordes of mosquitoes, flocks of mosquitoes. Right now there's a breeze, so not too bad, but once the breeze goes down back in these areas here, if you don't have spray on, you're gonna die. They will suck you dry. We're gonna load some wood right now. So now this customer, whenever he texts me for an order of wood, it's never a big order. It's always a third of a cord or a face cord, so it's never a lot. But I think this year, I have already delivered to him, it's got to be 5 or 6 face cords. It's pretty much, I would say, if it's not every month, it's every other month. He burns a lot of wood. And he's the kind of customer you want because he's already referred me to 2 other people that do the same thing. So it seems like once a week I'm going to either him or one of his 2 buddies that have referred me to that I deliver wood. So referrals are tremendous. And this is the guy that has supplied me with a lot of customers, a lot of sales, I should say. So it's for maple. He just burns it in his fire pit. He doesn't even burn in the house. It's just a fire pit in the backyard. But in his backyard, he has it's a covered area. It's a really nice house. You'll see it probably tomorrow actually, because I'm not delivering it today. I'm loading this now because it's supposed to rain tonight and I want to get this covered. And then tomorrow morning, first thing, I'm going to drive there and I'm going to have my tarp over the top of the back of the truck. I have a tonneau cover that I can cover it up with. And this wood is going to be kept dry in there. So that's what I'm going to do is load it up and then I'm going to deliver it. But so after I get this loaded up, we're going to do some other work. I got a couple other small jobs to do while we've got a break in the rain for hopefully, I think according to the radar, it looked like maybe 2-3 hours. So I can get a couple hours worth of work in, which will be nice, but I'll get this loaded up in the meantime. So now we're gonna speed this up a bit. Okay, so what I've got to do in order to get this top down, normally I don't have to do this if I stack it somewhat, but I'm throwing this in loose and there's pieces sticking up. So what I like to do is to load it first and then go back in here and then rearrange a few pieces so that they're not sticking up too much, hitting the cover. But I want it as full as possible because that's what I need to get a full face cord or a third of a cord in here. So yeah, I'm gonna basically roll the top back and then make sure it's full all the way without having pieces rub or anything, because I gotta go, this is a little more of a long distance delivery. So I'm just gonna roll this back and make sure that it stays covered as much as possible. That's looking pretty good actually. I got it pretty much about as full as it can be to the top for the front 3/4 of it, but I need to go all the way back and then lock it in. So then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the tailgate up so that I can pack it in, then roll the cover out the rest of the way, because I have to fill this area in the back here, and the only way you can do it is to have the tailgate up. So this has all got to be filled in too. But in order to get the cover closed, I have the tailgate open. So I'm going to fill it, open the gate a little bit, lock in the top, and then close the tailgate. So that's what I'm going to do now. And you probably saw me throwing some chunks of wood over to the side here. These are really wet pieces because, like I said, it's been raining a lot. So I just dug into this pile back here, which is also maple. And I'm digging some dry pieces out of there because he wants dry wood, because who would want wet wood? I mean, I wouldn't. Would you want wet wood? I don't think so. So yeah, I just dug down in here and got down to where it's pretty dry. And there's a few chunks that got some water on them. That's an ugly one there. You know, they're not totally dry because some of the ends got wet because this is out facing the west here. So, but most of it's pretty dry, and that way I can deliver him decent wood. And I've never ever had anybody call and ask me if they could buy wet wood or if they could buy wood that they could dry. It's a joke. Okay, so we're just gonna throw this stuff in here now. Yeah, it's pretty wet all the way down. I'm trying to pull out the ones that they look more dry or less wet. And even though it's wet, this wood was cut, split, and stacked a year ago. And it's soft maple, which dries very fast. Soft maple generally dries in a couple 3 months. If it's, you know, good drying conditions, it dries real fast. So I'm just kind of massacring this pile here to get at some good stuff here. This top layer is pretty wet, and it'll all dry out eventually, and I'll just sell it some other time. But yeah, these are dry. So now it's starting to get pretty full. Kind of an extra pain in the butt, but like I said, I want to deliver good stuff to a good customer, and make sure that he's happy with what I have here. Okay, so now it's getting pretty full, as you can see here. So I'm going to roll the top back, see if I can make sure the top can cover and close. It's actually not too bad. Good. And then this is the hard part, because the wood's going to want to fall out, but I have to have this. Get in there! There, she's locked. Success! It is now closed. And I've had this tonneau, or however you call it, this cover, since I bought the truck, so 6-7 years. And it is starting to lose its magic. The Velcro doesn't stick very good on the sides here. If I'm going down the highway 70-80 miles an hour and you get a really hard crosswind, once in a while the Velcro will let loose. So I think I might need to get another one of these, because I use this a lot covering the wood to keep it dry like this. So now it can rain, I don't care. And there's dark clouds coming to the west there again that way. I don't know if you can see the clouds coming. There's supposed to be more storms coming later today, so I think they're on their way already. And they said they could develop anytime this afternoon. So we're gonna go do some other work now. Well, I just looked at the radar and it looks like I might have an hour tops, and it's gonna rain again because it's pretty dark over to the west and it's coming this way. But what I've got for a project is this little bit of wood I had left here that I didn't get split yet. I'm going to try to split it. Splitter's right here. It's covered up, so I'm going to uncover it. We're going to go to town on this and see if I can get it done finally. This stuff's been sitting here for quite a while too, and it's actually, the small stuff's pretty dry already, but we're going to split it down, get it into this pile, and then this pile can be stacked. So that's what's happening. So I'm going to take the tarp off of the splitter. Some of you have asked me, what I do for my splitter, where I put it. This is it. I've got a tarp I throw over the top of it. It keeps it dry enough, I guess. There's a little bit of moisture there, but it'll live. And my plan is that this fall yet, is that I think what I would like to do is to get some type of a shelter that I will be able to put the tractor in and the splitter and stuff like that. I think I'm just going to get one of those pop-up kind of carporty things, just enough to keep the snow and water off everything. So let's see if she'll start. There, I only split for not even a half hour, and I didn't get it quite done, but I just saw a big flash of lightning. See the big darkness coming that way, and I felt the boom not too long afterwards. So it's time for me to play Chicken Little and run for the hills. I want to cover up the splitter because I don't want it to get wet, because I try to keep it dry, as you know. Ooh, it's hot. I can hear it sizzling. So there, that's covered up. And yeah, I did not get it done. I still got a few pieces here to do. These hollow ones, I am actually going to take over and put them over by my chimney fire, or the Swedish candles. And I'm going to ooh, it's booming. So yeah, I'm going to I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's coming. So yeah, I'm going to put them over by the Swedish candles, and I'm going to burn those because they're hollow. And this tripod I'm hanging on to right now as I'm walking is aluminum. So basically I'm like a big lightning rod right now. And as you can see, it's pretty dark over that way. So I think I'm done for the day. Thanks for watching, folks. Hopefully you got some entertainment out of that. It wasn't much, but it was something. And I'll be back tomorrow. We got to go deliver that load of wood tomorrow. And I got lots of work to do tomorrow. You're going to see, it's going to be fun. Come on back. Between now and tomorrow, get outside, get cutting. Good night, Irene.